What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Episode 6 of the walkthrough, picking up here in Lower calrath. So if you've been following along, we've already gotten the first little items over here, the sigmas and all that stuff. Now, we're going to move on forward. I was going to try and knock out this boss at the end of last episode, because she's kind of guarding this, this region. You have to get past her to progress further. That way we can kind of just get on into the zone, but fortunately we didn't have enough time. I never tried this before, but picking up some smite salts gives me an idea. So this enemy's extremely weak to holy and smite. Now she's gonna throw fireballs. She's an inferno enemy, so she can throw fireballs. She can teleport. Her teleport does a huge AoE explosion. She can also summon up orbs to kind of chase you around, and on top of that, she has parasites. So first and foremost, this is gonna be a really easy, really hard fight. So we can do a lot of damage to her, but she can kill us in a second flat if she really wanted to. So she can spray fire in her hand, kind of going side to side. Like I said, the fireballs, the orbs chasing around that do explosions, and her teleportation does a huge AoE. So there's not one, not two, not three, but 4 parasites. It's going to be right here in the dock, right behind those boxes, back behind her to the left, and in front of her to the right. So the parasites won't show up till we get in. Just kind of rush across, get that and roll. You see I perfectly timed that? It's tight, it is, but you can do that. So that's the first 2. We're gonna kind of rush back, and we might get sent to armor. We'll just try and get these parasites, guys. It's that kind of fight. It's really unfortunate. Come on. There's the orbs. And you can, obviously soul flare. I said I wanted to try the smite salts, which probably just does the same thing as her buff. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I've never used this kind of stuff before. So that punch, that will do a delayed explosion. We're going to go through this. Good God, I can't see nothing. There's conflagration. Oh, I'm locked. It locks you down. That's kind of bullshit. It's okay. Just straight up fucking stun lock we got going on there. Let's get out of here. Hit her ranged. I mean, she's weak to holy. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. But at least that should have got our withered health back. Fortunately, we got hit again. Like I said, really easy, really hard. I mean, you see the damage we're doing here, but you also see the damage she's doing, and that's kind of the problem. But there she is, just being aggressive, staying on her. That was actually a really rough run. That usually never happens. So you got her pants, you got her skin, and that flesh of hers is involved in Damn Rose's quest line, so it's really important if you're going for your Inferno ending. However, after we get her, we're gonna go back here. There's gonna be a guy that spawns up, but let's just go get a ring. This increases your resistance to ignite. And I actually respect whoever developed this area. They put the ring to give you resistance to this. These enemies here do ignite, right? Well, that ring raises resistances to what the enemies use here, and you get it at the beginning of the zone. The poison one, we didn't get to almost the end. And then when we go to the frostbite zone, they give you the ring there, literally at the end. And it almost infuriates me, because, people are going through this game struggling, and you give them something that's going to help them out already when they're done with the zone. There is no other cold region. There's only one. Why would you do, you know what I mean? It's, why would you do that? You know what I mean? It's just really stupid. Very, very poor choice for the developers who ever worked on, the frost region. It's just extremely, extremely poor. So, I'm glad whoever worked on this actually did it where it makes sense. Hey, let's give you what you're going to need, right, when you need it, instead of after you're never going to need it again. So, I did want to bring that up, because I'm like, damn, for newer players that aren't ready to handle this, because all these frostbite enemies do all this damage, just, to me, it didn't seem fair to them. You know what I mean? So, I did want to kind of talk about that, because it happens a lot. Now, our traveling merchant has made it here.
It's like walking on still.
He'll be here for a minute, but he is going to move on since we get to the cold region fight.
That left, and they may why Judge Cleric.
I'm already dreading that place. You guys will see why. Sooner rather than later. You'll see why. So, 10 smalls, 10 regulars, so end up getting 5 larges. But you gotta remember,
May
guys,
God
he
pass
does
hello
not
again,
restock
friend.
these things. He's never gonna restock. Whatever you buy, you got, and that's it, you know? So try to keep that stuff in mind. I'm gonna try to go over here and get my weapon up. That's why I'm selling all this stuff, even though I want to try to save it. You know, we're going into more challenging territory, so we'll be able to go here, upgrade. Yeah, 2,500. Now, it takes 2 your first time, it takes 4. So it's going to be a while before we can get up any higher, but this does put us up at 182. I don't think we have any more choices yet. Still nothing for that. Okay, we're good to go. That's all I wanted to do here. Now, we need to start working on the Infernal Enchantress her set. So it's going to be a good farm for that set. As you guys know, you got to have every armor and weapons and all that from every single enemy. But at the end of this zone, we're going to actually put a seedling right next to where she is. So it is going to be nice, you know what I mean? Not have to worry about that. Now, if we're not using it, it's going up. So we still don't have any of these full. Oh, yeah, the Fitzroy Scourge set. So it's going to put that up. Is that perfect? Yeah, it is. It's weird looking. And right there. So that's that whole set put on up. Don't have that one. Don't have that one. Don't have any of this stuff. I don't ever remember him dropping anything else other than this. So I'll have to look that up. But for now, I'm going to put it up just because. And even the Corrupted Pentient, let's put that up because that's the mask, that was the pants there, or no, there's the trousers, the mask, pants, shirt, and that is the whole set, the shackles, the cage, and we'll look up to make sure we're not missing anything, but Scourge Sister, then, you know, you have the Reaper, the Poison Zombies from the Fife, Crimson Rector, Infernal Enchantress, Raw Mangler. We have a lot of sets to work on here. These are all the ones that are actually ongoing at this time. Now, what I would like to do is probably go try to farm up some souls real quick, because he has a pendant that's going to help us with this zone.
Evidence can still be found amidst the ash and rubble. So should you feel any, for it is.
So if you go here,
he
has, right here, 4,500. So we want this and we want this. So we can come up with 6,000, be really nice. He also has your other armor sets you guys are going to need to get, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, we really, if we can go up like 6,000, we'd be really thankful for it, because it's really going to help us out a lot here, guys. Unfortunately, I don't have enough stuff to sell, you know, or I would do it. But yeah, we don't have enough stuff to sell, so we're just going to have to naturally get this, you know, get this stuff.
In darkness,
but we do want that pendant, as it increases our holy damage first and foremost, and then, you know, besides that, it gives us more fire defense, right? So we do really want that pendant, and I wouldn't mind another spell. In fact, we can go ahead and grab Pieta's spell. I don't think it's that great, but for now, until we get other spells, it's at least something. Not to mention we have to get all this shit anyways, right? So we can go down here. It's going to cost us 10 Umbral Scourings. We go grab that. And then we have exactly what we need for a trophy. So like I said, you have to get whatever is traded into these shrines. Whatever resource it is. Pilfers for Aureus, hands for Adirs, or the eyeballs for this one. And you're going to have to donate 10 of these guys. That's going to be for a trophy. So let's go and donate all we got. And there you go. Umbral Offerings trophy. So one for each shrine, right? Gonna have to kind of remember that. Alright, so from this point we'll jump back over to the depot. And pretty much since you get to 4,500, we're gonna jump back to get that pendant. And we can grab that other spell whenever. It's not anything crazy. It's okay, it's just like a quick swipe. I guess we'll put Pieta's on X now that we are at 30 Radiance. And what do we have? Take that out. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Put that on for now, some kind of resistance. So you're at 13 strength. 7 more levels of strength. We could use this shield I really want to use on this build, as it is going to help people out. And then it's just, you know, radiance, health, stuff like that. The way I look at it, if we didn't want to go into strength, Let's say we can get our radiance to 70 at the end of the game. Well, now we'll get it to 60. If we can get it to 60, now we'll get it to 50. It's not that big of a deal. And we can always respec later when we find a shield with less requirements, too. So do keep that in mind. So now, moving forward, look at the health these guys are going to have. So Rogar do Ignite at this time, or at this point, moving on through the game. So it's going to be much more deadly. And then their moveset's actually more advanced, too, guys. It's going to be much more advanced. They're going to have like additional swings in their combos and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to go over here, get your flail. Pirate Cultist Flail. And before we do anything else, I do believe it would be beneficial to get this shortcut. Now, I don't think we're going to die. I don't think we're ever going to use it. But just in case people do, they have trouble, they have a quicker run back. And not to mention, it's a walkthrough. I can't really go through here and miss stuff. Even if it is just a shortcut we'll never use. I gotta actually make sure I'm doing all this stuff for everyone. You see why I was trying to get our weapon up as high as we can get it. Exactly why. I have to go over here to the right. That gentleman. Knock you down your shortcut, leads you right back to your message. It's about time to go get my favorite Umbral weapon in the entirety of the game, which is Rosamund's Sword. 150 to Frostbite, physical and Wither. When you scale Strength and Agility, you get more physical. You scale up Radiance and Inferno, you get more Wither. So when I have this sword for my build, so I've been telling you guys, get up to 13 Strength, 13 Agility for the requirements for Rosamund's Sword if you're going Umbral. It's game changer. I think it's one of the top 5 best weapons of the game, in my opinion. It's phenomenal. But I was getting over 500 damage in Wither alone. It was absolutely absurd. So we are about to get up on it. So I mentioned start working their stats. If not, I mean, you just work them up from now on. Get to where you want to be. You're probably at, like if you just did Ranged Inferno, you just have to put like 10, 15 points into those other stats that reach the requirements. It's going to be worth it. So we're just clearing all these guys out. There's some stuff in Umbral. Watch out for that mine. I'm sure we'll hit it later, but just make sure we got everything. Alrighty. Now it's safe to enter Umbral. There will be some gremlins. I think there's 2 or 3. Don't hold me to it. There's a few. So one's gonna fly like a bat out of hell. Where is he? There he is. Is he coming? Buddy, you stuck? Alright, we'll go this way. The other one's on this other roof. I don't know what the hell's going on. They're usually like up your ass. What the fuck you got going on, brother? Alright, whatever, fuck you. If they come, they come. Alright. We'll vacuum up our souls and leave Umbral. Very important we leave here. We're actually about up to our first seedling. There he is. Like the last second. What the fuck was that? But we're actually up to we're about to plant a seedling, but there is a Fire Knight. We all know how strong they are. So let's go ahead and buff on up. There we go. That's why we want to get a little bit more endurance too, guys, as you know, we're starting to run out while we're trying to attack guys. So, yeah, we're already 7 seedlings. That's what it says. Let's take the time and get as many as we can to kill these enemies that drop them. It's going to be very beneficial to us in the long run. Very beneficial. So, let's go and rest on up. So, next up is Rosamund's Sword. There's going to be a lot of enemies to kill over here in this little corner. So, going to the left progresses you to the main area. Going to the right gets you a really cool weapon. Rogar, a few little Deados, and we're just going to, as always, kill the enemies in Axiom, and then we'll get to Umbral, because there actually is another Reaper here, too. Alright, let me go in this back corner. Grab your poisoning knife. Yeah, there it is. It'll be over here. Alright, so there's a few other guys right here to kill. Alright, let's get into Umbral. Might have enough time to pull that one before the Reaper gets on our ass, maybe not. Alright, there he is. Come on, buddy. That's a spin. Where'd he go? There he is. Come on, where's that smite? But don't make it too easy for us. Damascus. Alright, there's your other one right up here. Go and pull that. Now, I didn't buff up there for the Reaper. I mean, it wasn't too bad. But back here, I'm gonna, because it's not guaranteed, but there's usually at least 2 Wither mob ladies, a bunch of those little fire zombie dudes, and then on top of that, she can come to life, so maybe even 3 altogether, and gremlins. So, a lot going on. They're going to stay up your ass, literally. Pallid Bile, we finally got her spell. So we have all of her armor set, the complete set, and her, her spell, so that's everything. There's Rosamund's sword for you. It said, in my opinion, one of the better weapons in the game, period. I told you guys these guys suck, and they killed them so easy, and I was like, oh, you'll see, they'll get worse. Well, I'm about to die for the head. And you just get so cornered in here. God, grief. Alright, keep working her down. You guys see it's not my idea of a fun area, right? Not at all. Not at all. But we did, we got what we came here for. So, Rosamund's sword, really quick. 150 frostbite, attack power 141, unupgraded 62, physical 62 wither, that's going to go up a lot. Strength, agility 13, radiance inferno 16. Just a really nice great sword moveset, really solid. It breaks poise left and right. This thing is a beast, especially that back swipe and the heavy attacks. Do pokes. And you notice every hit with it. But when it's upgraded, like if I was Umbral build right now, and this thing was upgraded, I would hit this guy one time, his whole health bar would be gone. Only thing he'd have is a little bit of white health, and that's it. We're going to meet the stat requirements for this thing. But we could probably take these guys out. Which is crazy, because this doesn't even go for a build, but it's all the frostbite. And the wither it does. Look at that. See that frostbite procs and just like explodes your health bar? That's exactly why I recommend this weapon so highly. If you're doing an Umbral build, it's no question. There's one set of weapons that's better on paper, technically. The fungus encrusted pickaxe. Look at that. We just exploded his health bar. I don't even reach these stats for this weapon. So imagine what it's like when you do. It actually makes me want to go into Umbral build right now. It's that good. It is that good. It really is. One of the best weapons in the game, hands down. I mean, look, we just exploded a half of that guy's health bar, and we are far from reaching the stats required for this build. So, if we do go into New Game Plus, we'll probably do an Umbral build. I mean, I have to. You guys have to on your own, but if I do it, on the walkthrough. Because we'll have access to Pieta's sword, and then the other sword that's like this but does wither, the Umbral version of it. We could duel up those. We could use Rosamund's sword. We could use a lot of very strong Umbral weapons. Very, very, very strong Umbral weapons. And spells. Good God, the Emerald spells are fucking crazy. But it's more of an advanced build because if you don't know how to, take advantage of Wither properly, and you don't know how to use these spells right, and how to, put the build together, it'll be utterly useless. So, utterly useless and weak in the wrong hands, and the right hand is one of the strongest builds in the game.
You serve a higher
That's what I
purpose,
got from it.
Crusader.
It's gonna pick that up. We need
To
400
strive,
more for
you
that other
serve a higher
spell.
purpose,
Start getting some,
Crusader.
real spells going on. So if I have doubles of runes, I sell them. While you can, slot multiple of the same runes, to me, I'd rather, kind of switch shit up. So because of that, that's why I sell that kind of shit. Oh no, I got this amount of ice. So yes, 8 of those. So is that enough?
You serve a higher purpose, Crusader.
Oh, I'm barely
To
missing
strive,
anything.
you serve a higher purpose, Crusader. You serve a higher purpose.
Alright, so we got all the
Crusader.
spells. We still need this, 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 this. That's a lot of shit. That's what I said. Start farming in between episodes before all this stuff really stacks on. Because all the stuff from the Traveling Merchant, all the stuff from Stoneman, all the stuff from Dunmire, all the stuff from Belinda. I mean, it's just really piling up there. It really is. So with that, we can take off that. We've had that on since the beginning. It was just a good choice for more health. But as you see, so every build has one of these. This increases our holy damage and our fire defense. There should be one for Molhu for Wither builds, Umbral builds. It's going to increase Wither damage and give you more defenses to fire and holy.
Chosen bearer of the
It
land.
does not have it yet, however, soon.
until
And then there's also one for Inferno builds, which increases fire damage, but then gives you more holy defense. So I think they're the best, pendants for every build that boost your damage and boost your damage defense for everything else. I mean, how do you not consider that one of the best things for your build, right? So it's going to jump over to our seedling, then we'll press forward. Alright guys, so time to go the next way. We're going to have to enter Umbral, but first let's go ahead and take him out so he's not like coming behind us. Just kind of roll off. Like I said, it looks crazy, but I feel like it saves time, so. Alright, everyone else go across 3 gremlins, exit Umbral. Infernal Enchantress, Cinder Bolts, okay. So, this part's actually a pain in the ass. You don't even have to deal with this if you don't want to. Because you can simply just run, drop down, and go straight for that skull and leave Umbral. But there's 3 gremlins under you, and there's like no way to fight them, so it's more about luck than skill. If you fall down in a bad spot, you're in a corner, and you won't be able to defend yourself, but with a bit of luck, you fall down in a decent place. Actually be able to defend yourself. You could use those to your advantage. I just don't want to accidentally hit him if we were attacked by something. Alright, so we're going to go up for Infernal Enchantress. So, just like every other mini-boss, she's already a regular enemy. And she won't do as many orbs as a regular enemy. Look at that. Just fucked her up with our buff. Completely annihilated her. So we do need her whole set, and we'll get it. We just gotta farm for it all. Bow the Convert. This thing's insane for bow builds. Absolutely insane. 80 blood loss, 80 burn, 80 poison, 70 physical, 27, 27, 27 holy fire, and wither. I gotta tell you guys how devastating that thing's gonna be. Now, this shortcut we won't get till much later. That's Sunless Sky and shortcut back to Lower Calrath. A few episodes, not far. We'll come down here, take him out. Now we're just gonna kind of drop right here, get your cinder arrows, and we're gonna have to do a, pretty much just a whole loop back to get, back to where we were. Then we just gotta enter Umbral and pull over our platform so we can, start working our way to our best. It's pretty much right here. Now, if you guys want to, since we're already going to Umbral, check out our new spell. Oh, you bitch. That's all it does. This doesn't do the most damage, and it tends to miss a lot. spell that does less damage than like one swing of our sword. So do keep that in mind, you know. There we go, right hand bringer of stillness. Now all we need is the left one for his weapons, and then, you know, the rest of his armor. So that's why it's always worth killing him, not to mention the vested seeds and stuff like that. Go and pop that. No, we never put on our other spell. Let's go and put that on square of your slash. That's pretty much everything we have right now. So it's just a quick slash with like a, with like an imaginary sword. Not imaginary, it's a spell sword, but it's not ours. But you'd be surprised how much damage it does. Problem is, it seems to miss a lot. That platform and all platforms are timed. You only got a quick second to get on them. So don't want to waste time, but did want to show off that spell. Alrighty. Let's rush forward, exit Umbral. Alright, so our vestige is to the left inside that building if you guys want to go for it, but since we are right here, you already see it, these guys are getting more health. Get your stones there. How are we looking at time? I want to get this whole zone done. 26 minutes. We should be able to do this no problem. We can keep working our strength up. By the time we get to our shield, we'll be able to use it. But it's not far away, so we're not going to be able to. We'll be a little bit short. Now, we're only going 20 into strength. And that'll actually let us use a really big-ass colossal blood loss holy sword, too, if we want to use another weapon. But we're not going to take strength up anymore unless we decide to respec later on. When we get that shield of our respec, I might just take everything back out of strength 2 and put it in radiance. So we'll see. We're just going to kind of go along and, you know, make the best radiance build we can for what we have at that moment. So after that vestige, we're going to go down here, talk to Drustin, and this is where we're going to give him the unripe berries. So like I said, make sure you save one.
Melchius, I don't know. He'll sort of... Blimey, ain't he inserts? See? Ooh, I feel like I could no monster better.
Look out, baddies.
For them. Look out, baddies.
There
Look
you
out,
go.
baddies.
As long as you got that dialogue card done, you're going to avenge the fallen lamp bearer. Alright, so we're going to hit our shortcut. So we're going to go on down. There's going to be fire dogs immediately. Rogar with Parasite. I mean, there's all types of stuff. Fire Knights. That was an easy player event right there. The dog. I'm sure a lot of players have died to dogs, myself included, among that. Was he fucking shit? He's usually over on that bridge, so I wasn't even expecting him. With that buff, it's just absolute joke, you know. That's gonna be an Inferno. I'm glad Inferno is getting runes, because we sure the hell aren't. Actually, no, we're gonna wait to do that. So, first, we're gonna go down here and talk to the
I'd
Wayfarer.
heard that centuries of... If all this real, whatever boons, but it's your bird. Never turn to someone.
Okay, that's the dialogue there,
Whatever
but
boons,
just to show
but
that
it's
off.
your bird. Never turn to someone.
Okay, so we're going to try to do all... No, we're not going to do all the action stuff, because this is right here, so go ahead, enter Umbral. This stigma right here relates to Pieta's quest, and you will get the odd stone, and you'll also get your Umbral Scourings. So when that plays out, let's go on to the left, next to the bridge, grab some upgrade mats right here.
Give you something very special I've had since I was a little girl. When I used to get scared, I told
Now
it
let's
very,
also
very
just make
tightly,
sure we're buffed.
and that's when it would reveal
We're just
its
going to drop
magic
right
to me.
down in here.
And I'd know there was no need to be
There's going to be
afraid.
a moth lady, a lot of little guys.
I was
I was going to tell you to drop across the gap, but to be honest, like, you end up missing that ball more than anything else. So. Because of that, I figured just go ahead and drop down there anyway. It's going to happen. Oh, vertebrae. Large mana. They hooked us up a little bit there. Finish clearing the crowd, and then we go down here and get another team. Now we'll be able to go on up and exit Umbral. There'll be a few guys. Oh, but we're gonna have to kill first, I guess so. Damn. Smite's going off like crazy, son. Like crazy. Okay. Now we can run very late jump, get back. Or talks to the Wayfarer, and we are going to buff up again. That's kind of why I popped that mana. I planned on using the buff the whole time. Look, a Demon Archer. Rogar. I'll get that on the way out. Fire Knight. Thank you. Let me go and get Umbral. Like I said, you can parry him. It's just like it did work out for me that time. But a lot of times, like you'll parry, you'll hear the chink, you know, go off, make all the noise and all that shit. But then you'll notice you get flattened on the ground, and it also takes some health away. So you know, most of the time I won't parry that attack. I think, you know, there's perfect parry, then there's super perfect parry. So a super perfect parry, like on the timing. You just parry him, but if you just kind of perfect parry him, I think maybe you still take damage, but a little bit less, and you do get knocked down, so you got to keep that in mind. Now, the only thing really left here is to get this drop, open up a shortcut, and grab one item. So when we do open up the shortcut, it's back to the start of the zone, and because of that, the Rogar and the little zombie guys that are there are going to come for us. Like, they're going to see you as soon as you open the shortcut. So just, you know, might as well just be prepared to fight them. Got another bow, defiled infantry bow. So I'm just gonna go here and just fight, because I know they're gonna see me anyway. They like to try to follow you. Oh no, 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 no. I hardly even got hit this whole time. We got hit enough for all of it right here, didn't we? Alright, get our souls and move on. Now we can just kind of work our way back up to the distance and go out the other way. So now we got this wrapped all the way up. Alright, time to go rest, grab a level, and then proceed to the back half of Lower Calrath. Okay. There's supposed to spawn right here. I'll take those souls gladly. We still got 6 more levels to get. It'll probably be a while. It's okay, though. It's okay. Alright, so there's going to be multiple shortcuts back to here. You're going to see like items up here and rooms up there, and so pretty much as we proceed, there's, like I said, just multiple shortcuts throughout, right? So let's drop here, get our parole set, another armor set done. There should be 2 zombie bros, and then a trick drop. I'm gonna call this a trick drop because we're outside this hole. There's a shit ton of mines. If you fall or even drop down, you're just gonna, you know, blow up. So just kind of roll off. I know it's wild, but it puts you in a perfect spot. Then you can kind of just, you know, push forward here. Demon Archer on the left. Be ready for him. There should be a fire dog up here on your left. You hold up your lantern here. There's going to be a chest with a lot of consumables and the Sword of Skin and Truth. So this is a strength weapon with, I think, burn, like a bunch of burn, though. Right here, 36 strength requirement, 200 to burn. Physical and fire, a really, really sought after weapon when the game first came out. Everyone really loved it a lot. I mean, 200 burn, a lot of physical damage, physical and fire. I mean, it's a lot going on. From there, we're going to go on up. We're going to go and buff up for this. So we're going to have quite a few enemies here, all linked to a parasite, and then there's going to be another mob lady when, you know, we go to Umbral. So. Now, we are at the point, for the most part, we can kill a lot of these enemies that have parasites. It's not depending on how strong the enemy is, it's depending on how strong the parasite is. And actually look into that, because I know sometimes we could, but then I had an in-game build and I couldn't even kill a parasite from one of the guys in the first zone when I went back there. So I'm like, wait, we should be doing damage. This is a weak guy, but nope. Scale breaker, pure physical hammer, pretty awesome. You can buff it up, so you just run gradient. You can use it because you like it, and then you know, just buff it up with radiance. You got an enter Umbral, fight her, as you always do. Try to get her as many seeds as possible. Not to mention whatever souls she drops, and stuff adds up. Alright, so we're going to go forward. You're going to see a little ramp here, but to make the jump, you have to kind of run all the way to the left off that beam, or off this beam on the right to actually make the gap. At least that's the only way I've ever made it. Alright, so you come out. So this is going to drop us down to the lower area, but first, and there is like stigmas to get in this build, so don't just drop down. We'll get to it, but first we do. Once you go get a shortcut, so we're gonna climb this, and on the right we'll actually be able to drop down a ladder. That's like right above where we picked up that pearl set. So now we can go back out this way. As I mentioned, there's a stigma to get. We got fire dogs. We'll have ammo types to pick up. Just a couple little things. Where is he? Where is he? What are you doing over there? He's not usually there. Let's go grab that.
I can't go back down there. I just can't. It's not the darkness or the hazards.
Get your cinder bolts. And they have cinder arrows and cinder bolts. So if you use an arrow or a crossbow, you'll have access to cinders.
I'll never escape, and I can't breathe, and there's something.
So we're gonna break these, and you're gonna notice there's like a little shortcut, a little ramp you can kick down, and we're gonna get to that here in a second. It's not yet. So I like to drop here to show off something. So there's stairs right here. If you go down, that proceeds to a fight with a big head and a ruiner. You know, potato head and a ruiner. It's really gonna be difficult, so we're gonna tackle this a certain way. We're just gonna go to the left, and that's gonna be below where we just were. We'll knock this stuff out first. We got some consumables to get. We got, damn, that's like a truck. A tank to pick up. Right, so that's where we initially dropped down, took that path over there, went up. So now we're going to go to the left side. I don't recall anything back there on my notes. Nope. Take these guys out. Over here is going to be your tink, and like a little ramp where you kind of drop down to, you know, get back where we want to be. So as we go forward, we're actually in Umbral. We do not want to fight Mr. Potato Head and the ruiner at the same time. It's just too much. So what we're going to do is kind of just run over here to the left and plant a seedling right here. Now we're actually going to get a shortcut back, so it's kind of, you know, unfortunate we had to waste the seed right here, but I mean, it's better than doing a run back. The seedling's only 1,200, it's not too bad. So, we're going to buff up, take out the Ruiner. So this is a really good farm for larges. Like, you can damn near upgrade your weapon all the way if you want to just sit here and farm this guy. Probably take a few hours, though, without the right stuff to boost item discovery, because his drop chance is a lot lower than the Holy Bulwark. But, you know, he can drop them. I don't think he dropped shit that time. Yeah, his drop chance isn't the highest, but he does drop larges, so it is always going to be worth a mention when enemies do that, because there's so few that do it, and, you know, there's so few of them in the game to actually get more than one weapon, one catalyst, and one shield up. We're about to enter Armor, but first we're just going to kind of circle around and get all the stuff. We'll be able to get the Thesaurus axe back here, pure physical axe. Now we're good to enter Umbral, take out Big Face Bro, Mr. Potato Head as I like to call him. Just gonna run for her first. Be careful, same as always, just going behind him. Thought we were out of the way enough. This is actually going to be our first upgrade for our lamp, too. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to go back over here. So this is actually going to be our first upgrade for the lamp. Now that we got that, we can actually sock in a few Umbral eyes here, so we don't even need that one anymore. I mean, it can give, I guess for now, we might not have anything better. Dodging at the right time plus wither regained withered health upon killing an enemy with grievous strike, so it'd have to be a grievous strike. Immunity to damage for 8 seconds upon umbral transition, not bad. Well, 2 soulflake charges is enough for me. For you guys, if you want to leave that in, you'll get 3. And every time you upgrade your lantern, you're going to get another soulflake charge. But immunity to damage for 8 seconds upon umbral transition has actually saved me in a really hard fight before. So now we're going to look at our secondary socket. While in umbral, plus 15% withered health regain, plus 25% damage to the enemy's soul, plus 25 healing efficiency in umbral. So we already have 1 for more survivability. Let's get 1 for damage, so we can just soul play enemies at this point, and then we'll be able to, you know, just beat them down and do 25% more damage while they're in soul form. That's, you know, that's quite a bit, guys. You know, quite a bit. We're still 5 levels away. It's quite unfortunate. It's, you know, pretty big number there, guys. But this shield it's that much of a game changer, in my opinion. Alright, let's go on back and just proceed. So if I'm lucky, we'll be able to use the shield soon, but just not yet. Yes, we're about to get it. I was trying to get my level here quick enough. I was just going to do pure radiance build, but I just decided because of how beneficial it's going to be for newer players to, you know, just have enemies' attacks bounce off, even really strong, tough enemies. So from there, did we go up and get our upgrades right? No, okay. So up top right, you'll be able to get 2 more regular berylliums. And we get down here on the right side of the roof, drop down. There's nothing over here, but just to show it. Now we'll go on up. Get your umbral here. There's gonna be a couple Rogar dogs and zombies and stuff. I don't know if it's dogs. I know there's Rogar and zombies. Rogars do a lot of damage, so. These Rogars have a decent ass amount of health. Alright, so this little side route, I mean, it's about a shortcut, I guess, that you're never going to use, but it's really just about picking up some upgrades. Got him. There's a shortcut. So you're never going to use it, so it's more about just getting your, you know, your upgrade map more than anything else. That is actually Infernal Enchantress trying to take us out. Typically I like to go down there and clear her first, but Slap Top is right, you know, it's right there, so. And as we go down, we'll be able to get a really nice quality weapon with Burn and Blood Loss. And we're also going to get the shield I'm going to recommend for this build as well. At least for a while, you know what I mean, for a while. Plus, like I say, going 20 in strength, it's going to let us use some other radiance weapons too. So it's not, you know, not the worst idea. Before we go after anything, though, we're going for Earth. Yeah, let's try it. It just kind of locks you in place sometimes. I was also trying to just stick with it and, you know, finish her off. We're so close. That's going to clean the rest of these guys up. Good God, that shit goes off like crazy on them little dudes. So we got her skirt again. We still need her chest armor, her gauntlets, and her helm. And I swear to God, the helm was a guaranteed drop from her boss fight, but it's not. I just found out this time because I didn't get it. So right here will be your Garish. So this is the Garish display. This is the shield I'm going to recommend when, you know, we can actually meet the stats. But look at this thing. Medium great shield, technically, you know. Definitely held like a medium shield. It's, you know, big but not too big, but it's definitely a great shield. Like when enemies hit, they're gonna bounce and their arms gonna kind of go up in the air for a second, leaving, you know, them open for attacks, and it's just gonna be really, really nice. So if you're using a shield and you don't meet the stat requirements, what's gonna happen is you're gonna take an absurd amount of wither damage. So while I could leave this on right now, and I really am thinking about it, while we block, we're going to take much more damage. Okay, so going on up, you're going to notice, let's see if we get to it. So there's a bridge connected this building and this building, so we need to do both. But what I'm going to do is just take him out so we come down here later, as we have to. He won't, you know, fuck us up. There's a mob lady right behind him too, so when we go to fight her, we don't want him to get involved in the story now. Look at that Umbra Eye has done for us. So even, yeah, this shield on even parrying still fucks us up pretty bad. Yeah, I think we just take damage regardless, don't we? No, it does more, or maybe I didn't have it up in time. Actually, that wither damage ain't that bad, though. It's probably because of the type of enemies we have here. But still, until you actually reach the stat requirements, you have to be careful. Then you also get the serrated staff. 14 strength, 18 agility, 150 blood loss, fire, and physical. Oh, did not mean, what the fuck, did not mean to do that. I was there talking about it. Bruh. Alright, let's cut this shit down. Okay, so before we go on up, like I said, the buildings do connect. It doesn't really matter which one you go up. As far as my notes, I feel like this one was better to go up first and kind of just go on out and work our way down the other side. Because of that, you know, that's what we're going to do. We're actually getting pretty good rune drops here. There's some, like, these are good runes, I know, because I've had them before. But there's multiple runes that go in your shield that will, like, reduce shield weight. So you're, you know, you could do more with your weight limit or boost your stamina regeneration rate, or, you know, like, just really good stuff. Alright, now we have her down. And if these guys don't stay off our ass, we might be reaching our strength requirement for the shield sooner than I anticipated. Fuck. No, it's actually... So far, I will say, man, this walk through this place has been exceptionally smooth. We haven't died that much. We've been getting stuff done, making great timing. I mean, hell, what is this, episode 6, and we're in lower calrath? So before you continue up, this is like halfway up, this is a phenomenal weapon for Inferno build. It's a colossal sword, but guess how much strength you need to use it? None! You don't need any strength. All you need is 20 in Inferno, and you'll be able to have a weapon with like 200 ignite. 200 ignite, that's right. It's absolutely absurd. We come up here, get our heal upgrade. God, it's just too much going on. This game does that shit sometimes. It's like, it's just really cool. And then they just take it too far. Oh, we're dead. It's okay. I was just talking about how smooth it's been, so they had to throw a wrench in my plans. In case you're wondering, no, I don't normally die here, like, ever. I never have. You know, walkthroughs, if something's gonna go wrong, it's got to, obviously. Regardless, we got our seedling. But yeah, it has, all in all, been a really smooth walk. We're making really great progress. It's been really smooth, just flying through it, so it's really good. Either way, this is definitely worth a mention for Inferno builds. If I was doing an Inferno build, I'd definitely think about it. Obviously, it's heavy as fuck, but the only requirement is 30 Inferno. Oh, I'm sorry, it has 300 smite, or 300 ignite. That is fucking insane. And then physical and fire damage, obviously. So, colossal moveset, you know, a little bit slower, hits like a truck, 300 to ignite. That's going to get that off pretty damn quick. So, like I said, thought it was worth a mention. Alright, let's kind of get back to where we were. We did have 5,000 souls on the table, and we're going to buff up. We're still going to need to take out that fire knife when we come down that side of that building. You can roll through that. It's not the easiest timing, but... That's crazy. I'll never get over, like, just hitting someone once and watch them explode with fucking smite. It's because of the buff, obviously, but still. It's great. I wish I could fight 50 of those guys at the same time doing that. For some reason, it seems like a lot of fun. Alright, like I said, same thing. We're going to soul play. And we're going to beat down. Made that shit look easy, and he's not an easy enemy, whether you're later game or not, because he gets more health and he gets more damage, so he's always challenging, in my opinion. I mean, I have his parry timing down pretty good, too. Pretty damn good. Take this air buff's gone. Alright, so we're going to try this again. Hopefully we don't get so overwhelmed. That was a bit ridiculous. Alright, and we are going to buff up so we can take her down. So I wasn't buffed for her last time either. I mean, you don't have to be, But with that many enemies up our ass, it would have been, you know, helpful. Alright, so we got the sword. Let's get our souls back. That's $6 grand. Yeah. And that's great. It looked like we were really struggling there. Then just like out of nowhere, we come up here and make it look really easy. It's weird. It's how this game is. It's trippy. Alright. Another rune. Stately Quintessence. Now we are almost out of time. I don't think we're going to make it as far as I was wanting to. We're going to try to. Oh. Okay. So now we're going to follow this around. There's going to be a Rogar right here. And this leads up to the main boss of the area. We're not going to do that yet. What we're going to do is come in here and bust this. Bust this. Go ahead and grab the trigger skull. And here we'll be able to get another spell for Inferno builds. It's going to be that little fireball she was throwing out, lava burst. I would not put a ceiling there. I would make sure buffed you get. I know I say this a lot, but we have another, you know, another butterfly woman. And then this is why we took the Fire Knight out, because she's right outside that door. So if we got pushed out there in this fight, we'd have him and her, and it would just be too much at that point. Gonna get their drops. And that's where he would have been. Right there. Okay, so before we go up, we're going to go get a shortcut back to our vestige and a quest item for Dunmire, which is going to have him sell us even more weapons, even more armor, right? So there's your vestige right there. Knock that down. You guys remember that item? That's going to be a crossbow. We're about to pick it up. So there's going to be a Rogar in front of you and one to the right. So we're just going to go to the right first so we don't have someone behind us. And why is that not, like, interrupts his attacks when he gets hit by lightning bolt or smite? Does that make any sense? You're not tanking a lightning bolt, brother. There's just no way. I don't care how tough you are. It's a fucking lightning bolt of smite to the face. You know? We're going to get your rosary. That's Ravager Gregory's rosary. Now we can go in here and drop down to be like a Wither Witch. Right here. A couple little dudes. Now we can just go straight on out. Grab your crossbow and drop. So we weren't able to fit it in. So next episode we're just going to work on up, take out the remembrance boss, and start working our way, you know, the little through path up to the mines. So for now, before we close on out, and we might actually be at the point where we need 2 Stately Quintessence for an upgrade. I'd have to check, but I think we're about there. So. Alright, 3 more points. Not too bad. So let's go and jump over to Calrath Bridge before we close on out. I'm going to check this, but I'm pretty sure we won't be able to upgrade it. So once you get to 5, and we're already at 5, so I think it's 2 at this point. Oh.
Our holy word contains.
We have 2. Okay, so we can get it. Good.
Fellow sanctified vessel, may Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you.
And also, we can go to talk, use the odd stone.
That stone. When I was at Iris, I lost the stone, but now I wish I could say the same of the orphan.
And as far as that little Easter egg quest with the glass, this is what I was talking about. If you go to this mirror, an empty mirror frame, interact again, hand over glass shard, and you'll slowly put this together. I think there's only 3. We'll find them all by like 2 episodes, so not long. It might be more than that. We'll have most of them by like the next episode or the one after. Then we can go over here, talk, hand
A
over
rabid
Gregor's
wild the
rosary,
dog, as
get
you
that
can as a
dialogue.
form of
It's
heritage,
gonna unlock
whatever
more
for
armor,
they are
more
nothing,
weapons.
whatever port, for they
I
are
think
nothing
you
but
do
the
need to rest before it's going
you
to
serve
show
a
up.
higher
You
purpose,
do.
to strive
So,
in darkness.
don't worry
and
about
light.
that for now. However, we are out of time. So, in between episodes, make sure you guys are farming up your armor sets. Make sure you guys are farming up your weapons and getting, all the stuff, for your trophies. But then, any souls you get, come buy this stuff up. These guys are going to leave before too much longer. But we are going to wrap up here. We'll pick up next episode to finish Lower Calrath and move on to the mines.